Which nation has veto power at the UN?
Good thinking. France is the right answer.
Croatia joined the EU in the year dash.
Strong choice. 2013 is the right answer.
America and its allies in the Cold War.
Nicely done. NATO is a solid answer.
Power is distributed to one superpower.
Exactly. Unipolarity makes sense and it is right choice.
Who was not born during Enlightenment?
Well picked. Hobbes is the correct answer.
The nation-state originated in dash.
Right choice. Europe between 1450-1650 C is the best answer. How many states are recognized today? Perfect. 192 is the correct choice.
This organization was formed in 1945.
Well done. United Nations is the right choice.
Who wrote the Politics Among Nations?
Sharp thinking. Hans Joachim Morgenthau is the right choice.
What date in Vietnam joined the O2? Bravo fell in 2007 is the answer.
When was Khrushchev's secret speech?
Excellent choice. 1956 is the right answer. When was the United Nations founded? You got it. Your choice, October 24th, 1945 is right. Neorealism is the same thing as dash. Correct response. Structural realism is the most accurate answer. The Kurds are an example of a dash.
Right again. Stateless nation is a valid answer.
The place where us ambassadors live.
Valid point. Embassy is true. The Truman Doctrine became known as.
Great job. The policy of containment is the accurate answer. When was the Paris Peace Conference?
Great thinking. 1919 is the right choice.
Use foreign policy advocates dash. Good job. Your answer truth and justice works well here.
Which state is not a part of NAFTA?
Smart move. Brazil is an accurate answer. What is common in realist theories? Nice work. You chose national interest and it is correct.
Do Manx have allegiance to a state?
You're right. No is the correct answer. When did the Berlin Wall collapse? Nice selection. 1989 is the correct and valid answer. Liberalism emphasizes principle of? Well reasoned. Cooperation is the correct choice. What is the meaning of fraternity?
On track. Brotherhood is the correct answer.
Exports bring dash to the country?
You chose foreign exchange. And it is correct.
Public policy can be made by dash.
Excellent. Government is a brilliant choice.
How many member states has ASEAN?
Correct. 10 is the right answer.
Who wrote The Power Elite?
Solid response. C. Wright Mills is a valid choice.
In what year was the uncreated?
Smart pick. 1945 is the correct choice.
When was the Hungarian uprising?
Clear logic. Your choice 1956 is sound and 100% true.
Kings and queens exist in a dash.
Perfect. Monarchy is the correct choice.
When was the Wall Street crash?
Excellent choice. 1929 is the right answer.
When did the Pope visit Poland? 1983 and 1987 is the correct choice.
Who was president from 1981-89? Well done. Reagan is the right choice.
When did the Korean War begin?
You chose 1950, and it is correct.
Family members are related by...
Exactly. All three answers make sense, and it is right choice.
Jamaica is surrounded by the
Smart move. Caribbean Sea is an accurate answer.
international relations means
Great thinking. All of the above is the right choice.
The UN is an example of what? You're right. Supranational organization is the correct answer. Choose the Caribbean country. Great job. Cuba is the accurate answer. Military power or aggression. Nicely done. Hard power is a solid answer. Who came up with 14 points?
bravo. Woodrow Wilson is the answer.
Soviet Union and its allies. Correct. Warsaw Pact is the right answer. One person has all control. Strong choice. Dictatorship is the right answer. Autocratic ruler of Russia. Clear logic. Your choice, Tsar, is sound and 100% true. Suez Crisis took place in... Right again. 1961 is a valid answer. What does NATO stand for? On track. North Atlantic Treaty Organization is the correct answer. Globalization has reduced. Correct response.
Both A and B is the most accurate answer. Marxism characterized by
Solid response. Division of class is a valid choice.
citizens have all power.
Nice work. You chose democratic and it is correct. Trade between nations. You got it. Your choice, international trade, is right. Who ratifies treaties? Nice selection. Senate is the correct and valid answer. Ended the 30-year war. Well reasoned. Treaty of Westphalia is the correct choice. When did Stalin die? Good thinking. 1953 is the right answer. Bounded rationality. Good job. Your answer belief system works well here.
3 images of air?
Sharp thinking. Kenneth Waltz is the right choice. Jamaica imports? Right choice. All of the above is the best answer. CARICOM means valid point. Caribbean community is true. U stands for well picked. European Union is the correct answer. What is TEEP? Excellent. Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement is a brilliant choice. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Excellent choice. Contact Narayan Changda is the right answer.